When you're visiting Lisbon for the first time, there's plenty to do and see and explore in the city that you'll be quite indulged with choices. That's why here at Cheese and Wine, we help you make the most of your visit, whether it's a trip for a few days or a long weekend, either with family, friends, and your loved ones. Previously, we've shown you some of the historic parts of the city. Now we've chosen a route that will surely offer another delightful perspective of Lisbon, as we take you across the Tagus River to Cacilhas, and then guide you all the way to the popular waterfront promenade of Belém. From our boutique hotel location, take a few minutes walk towards Cais do Sodré and admire some of Lisbon's street art, as well as the modern and monumental structures along the way. Once you're in the terminal, grab a ferry ticket to Cacilhas, which will cost you €3.10 for a return trip. There's an underrated pleasure to be had in crossing the Tagus River, as once you're in the ferry, you can take admirable views across the waters to see what Lisbon looks like from the other side. From the terminal, turn right and walk along the Cais do Ginjal waterfront towards Jardim do Rio. This waterfront in Almada, while currently full of empty, derelict warehouses, is now an architectural project that will soon transform the South Bank in the next decade. Once you arrive at Jardim do Rio, take the elevador panorâmico da Boca do Vento to arrive at a higher viewpoint. And then take a short walk towards Casa da Cerca, a contemporary art center which features exhibitions, botanical gardens, as well as an exhilarating panorama of Lisbon's skyline. And when you want to satisfy your gastronomic cravings, head down below to the iconic Restaurante Ponto, a wonderfully well-kept Portuguese institution serving classic homemade dishes which are unique to this restaurant for decades. Along with its rustic waterfront patio and with a scenic view of Lisbon, whether for lunch or dinner, it's truly a memorable place to be. Later on, take the ferry back to Cais do Sodré, and once you're back in Lisbon turf, we highly recommend spending the rest of the afternoon along the stunning promenade of Belém. Especially if you're traveling with kids, you can easily hire bikes along the cycle path of Belém waterfront that will offer good rates for an afternoon hire. Enjoy that very pleasant breeze as you pedal along the picturesque riverside with the renowned bridge Ponte de 25 Abril, an iconic landmark that connects Lisbon to the municipality of Almada. Carry on cycling along and don't forget to stop at MAAT, or the Museum of Art, Architecture and Technology, one of Lisbon's modern cultural centers, an elegant structure sitting by the Tagus, featuring impressive exhibitions inside. Take a break here and simply admire the gleaming river in front of you with sailboats gliding past. A little bit further and you've entered the district of Belém, with its many monuments, galleries, museums and gardens, all catered for visitors like you to discover the incredible history of Portugal's voyage across the world. First off is a Discoveries Monument, designed to commemorate the age of discoveries of Portugal. Take a moment to get inside. There's an elevator that will take you all the way to the top on a viewing platform with an aerial view of Lisbon's riverside, as well as the intricately laid out world map of discoveries. Across the horizon is another Lisbon icon, the Jeronimos Monastery. This UNESCO World Heritage Site has been a symbol of Portugal's decorated past and a masterpiece of Manueline architecture. Pay €10 for entrance and step back in time and see for your own eyes the glorious details of the monastery. Every cloister, nave and courtyard elaborately carved with motifs. This is one of the most important structures in Portugal, so don't miss it on your visit. Yet another stunning icon on the Lisbon waterfront is the Belém Tower. This fortress that's been guarding the Tagus River since the 16th century. Admire the view of this nautical landmark glimpsed at the rays of a beautiful sunset. Before you wrap up your tour of Belém, don't forget to try the traditional pastel de nata at Pastéis de Belém. Grab a seat inside and savor this delicious custard tarts. Once you've returned your bikes, we recommend heading to the LX factory in Alcantara district. This delightful re-urbanization of industrial warehouses with plenty of restaurants, cafes, bars and shops. Check out L'air de Vagar, the superb bookshop venue set in what used to be a printing factory with thousands of books for your reading pleasure. For dinner, we suggest Malacca 2, a delicious Pan-Asian restaurant, or the delightful Rio Maravilha, the Brazilian restaurant and rooftop bar, which is a pretty perfect way to finish off your day with a great view of Lisbon. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Cheese Wine Lisbon Tour. We hope you got some great travel tips and recommendations from us. For more information, please take a look at the journal section of our website, and do take a look at our boutique hotel suites in Santos for a perfect and most comfortable stay in Lisbon. Stay tuned for more Lisbon guides from your host here at Cheese and Wine.